The war on terror has definitely contributed to the decline of the United States. The large perspective would be that to have focused our energy on what we perceive, what is played up in the United States as being attacks on the United States from terrorists who resent America's freedoms and wealth, without examining the original causes of this, or the real causes of that are present in U.S. foreign policy and imperialism and military bases and all those kinds of things. That in itself does enormous damage to the decline or to the United States and helps its decline because it keeps its own citizens ignorant of the behavior of its own government and why we are under pressure from other countries, especially in the Mideast, in terms of what we call terrorism in this country. The other thing, of course, is just the enormous amount of wealth that has gone out of this country, borrowed money, particularly increasing our debt, increasing our inability to not take care of our own people, our own common good, our own social services, our own health care, our own education, all these care for our own veterans. All these things are becoming increasingly impossible because so much money is being spent, now probably over $4 trillion on these wars to fight a handful of, quote, terrorists, unquote, in various countries. Those are two of the main things about the war on terrorism. But the other thing is just there's in terms of the decline in the United States, though. In a sense, the war on terrorism has already succeeded and we've lost because what it has caused us to do is eradicate our own values, our own freedoms. We now have in this country warrantless wiretapping. I mean, anybody could be listening to this conversation right now without any warrant to listen in. We are still continuing to torture people. We're continuing extraordinary rendition. We have the Patriot Act, which makes a lot of private security and freedoms expendable at the mercy of the government at any time. We've really, just in the name of security, we have, and making that more important than liberty and freedom and our own ideals, we have really caused an enormous decline, not just in the wealth of the country, but I think more importantly, in the values of the country. This is, unacceptable. I mean, luckily there are lots of people in this country who are trying to change that and fight against it, but it is an enormous uphill battle because of the power in this country. This is the other thing that's happened in the war on terrorism, that the United States military-industrial complex, I should add, congressional media complex, has become so entrenched, so powerful, that the struggle to change American foreign policy, change the economic system, change the amount of money that's in our politics is daunting, to say the least.